Hello and welcome back to Green River Media Election Center, your voice 2026. I'm Joel Hines, and on today's episode, we're joined by Greensburg mayoral candidate Mark Judd. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Starting off, you are seeking to unseat current mayor John Sheffett, who has been in office since 2019. Would you mind telling us about yourself and why you decided to run?
I'm currently a member of the Greensburg City Council, and I have been a council member for 2 terms, and I decided that I would like to replace John with myself because I have ideas that I'd like to, ideas for the city that I have, I'd like to see go forth to make improvements in the city. We need new infrastructure in our water and sewer systems that have not been done. Mm-hmm. And I would like to see major cleanup within our community.
Following that, would you mind to tell us some things that you've noticed in the community, like things you'd like to shed some light on?
I go through the community and I see a lot of grown up and run down properties. We have no code enforcement officer at present in Greensburg. Mm-hmm. And I would like to reestablish our code enforcement hire a code enforcement officer and reestablish our code enforcement board. And with a code enforcement board and a code enforcement officer, perhaps we'll be able to clean up some of the areas of Greensburg. We have overgrown properties. We have homes that are run down. We have properties that are an eyesore to so many people. You have a nice looking property. You have your yard kept well, and next to it may be a house or property that's run down, and it devalues your property. So I'd like to make sure that properties are kept well. Everyone doesn't have to have a perfect, beautiful home, but you don't want it run down next to you and all grown up and whatnot. So I want to see if we can improve some of our properties within the town, and we don't need a bunch of old, run down, overgrown pieces of property in Greensburg. So we have property and codes that are written in the city, but we're not following our codes that are written by ordinance in the city. Zoning terms.
So if elected, what would be your first order of business in city? At City Hall. Sorry.
At City Hall. The first order of business would be to begin applying for grants for our water and sewer infrastructure to replace some of the oldest part of towns, to upgrade our city water and sewer linings, because so many of them, some of them are date back into the 30s and 40s that need to be replaced. Other things need to be done in Greensburg would be we need to enforce the speeding that goes on down through Main Street. You need to enforce, we have a Jake brake ordinance in Greensburg that has to be done. You can't put a sign up and not enforce that. We have too much loud noise. We have noise ordinance in Greensburg. As people complains about it, it's not taken care of. That needs to go in immediately. And our police department needs to be patrolling within the city. We need to see city police officers on our streets, in our neighborhoods, continually patrolling to protect our people in the town. And we don't need to have all the loud cars, the loud noises. That's fine. I mean, if their vehicles, if they want to have, they can't sit on the square at midnight and in certain areas if there's a noise ordinance and people are complaining about it. You have to follow our ordinance in town, and our police officers have to enforce what ordinances are there.
So, some voters have expressed concerns regarding business within city limits, with recent closures downtown, including Family Dollar, Spectrum, and Kentucky Lawn Equipment. What are your plans to help bring business back to the areas of South Greensburg?
South Greensburg,
Yeah.
that area also needs to be cleaned up, and it needs recruiting. We don't have a Chamber of Commerce in Greensburg, and Chamber of Commerce will help. I spoke with a Chamber of Commerce leader in Frankfurt 2 years ago, and the gentleman said he'd be glad to come to Greensburg and help reorganize a Chamber of Commerce to help draw businesses to some of the vacant areas and to help the current business owners to expand their businesses. And without Chamber of Commerce, you don't have the opportunities to, because the mayor and the city council can't go out themselves and do the recruiting that a Chamber of Commerce members can do as a group.
So, we're also seeing across the state of Kentucky a push and rise in AI companies seeking to build AI data centers in some of the state's rural areas. Do you support or oppose the construction of data centers within city limits if an AI company expresses interest in doing so?
I oppose an AI company, AI data center, because Greensburg we do have water supply and we have energy here, but I do not feel like that an AI or a data center. I feel it would be an increased cost of our water supply, to the customers of Greensburg, and it would be an increase in our electricity through KU or RECC, and they're already paying enough money. The consumers pay enough as it is right now. We can't support. And if you have a dry summer where the river levels will be low, we can't support enough. There's not enough water in our river to, if the water's low, the lake would have to be drawn down, and then that will decrease the water out of the lake level. And we can't put the pressure on that and on the Army Corps of Engineers to release more and more. And I don't feel like the city of Greensburg has a place for a data center to be located within it. And I think there's more behind that than just use of our water and our electric.
Next, we are seeing a rise in private-owned traffic cameras across the region, including areas like Hart County and Taylor County. Are you against the traffic cameras being supplied from organizations such as Clock and Axon on public streets?
Yes, ma'am. I don't think we need these traffic cameras. I think that not only these traffic cameras are capturing private data from the individuals, but it also takes away from the fact that the police departments can get out here and patrol and need to be patrolling our city streets. And nothing against our police department, but they need to be patrolling the streets, not a camera or a private company going out patrolling for us.
And then finally, is there anything you'd like to share with your fellow Greensburg residents? A quote, slogan, words of advice, or even where people can find more information about you?
They can always contact me if they need additional information. I am a lifelong resident of Greensburg and Greene County. I'm retired from Fort Knox. I am a military veteran, and I am the only veteran in the race. I have a business background. I'm a graduate of Western Kentucky University, and I had business, finance, and accounting background. That's where my major was in college. I had, the job of mayor requires business. It requires accounting. It requires a lot of studying to keep yourself up to date on how to balance your budgets, how to keep your money, how to save the money of the citizens of Greensburg. It's only a part-time job, but you have to dedicate every day, every hour to these jobs. You have to be dedicated to the people. You have to be open to the people, and you have to be available to the people. And we don't have a large sum of money to spend, and we have to be saving our money for the citizens of Greensburg for future use, and we can't be blowing money carelessly.
With that being said, it seems like that's the end of today's episode of Your Voice 2026. I'm Joel Hines, and this was Mark Judd. For more information about the 2026 elections, check out our website, greenrivermedia.org/election. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us, and take care.